this is gonna be like just a general perspective.
Yes, Charles Taylor came to power initially by the gun, right? But he was later elected. I think they held elections and he later was elected president of Liberia. Yes, he should be indicted, he should be tried for crimes against humanity. However, the question here is, should it be done by the international community or should it be done by the African Union? Now, having said that, does the African Union have the resources,
the power,
right, to undertake such a task?
Yeah, I don't know what the situation is. All I know is here in the United States, people are losing their sovereignty so much, even to international courts and governments, that as a nation here and as an American person, I don't want to see our rights being transferred to some international tribunal courts. And I don't know if Africans would be better off suddenly transferring their real power to an international court rather than dealing with it themselves.
Well, you see, the problem here is, and this is, I think, part of the challenge with the African continent and the struggles we continue to endure, is that, first and foremost, many of the countries boast independence, but they have yet to become truly independent, or truly liberated from the legacy of colonization. And when you have a country whose official language is that of the former colonial master, you begin to wonder, is that truly independence? Because your rule of law is patterned after that. Now, saying that, yes, I understand we do not want the sovereignty of a nation to be thwarted by international community. That is very true, but the question now is, who will try Charles Taylor and who will give him, or who will
give the
victims justice, indeed.
Okay, that is actually a very good idea, but this, I think, is beyond the African Union, and considering the level of atrocity caused there and the situation in Sierra Leone, and so I think we've seen actually something that is in the making in trying to look at how African leaders exercise powers and to which extent and what is their limitation. So thank you very much, Mr. Adeyemi, communication consultant. Thank you for a thoughtful contribution. And Mr. Craig X. Ruben, thank you guys for coming. And I am your producer and host for this show, The African Factor, on Kaleidoscope Radio Magazine, Abraham Patrick Sisay. I see you again. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for listening.
That was the whole show? That was the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's a good question, though.
Yeah, we'll come back. Come to the second one.
Okay.
See, for me, the challenge, and that's what's happening in Kenya, that's what's happening in the DRC, even in Darfur, Sudan.
What's the DRC?
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Okay.
Right. The challenge is that who will try him? You see, one of the issues that a lot of people raised, because they wanted to try him in Nigeria, but one of the issues that a lot of people raised, that if you try him in that region, he might go free.
Because a lot of people support what he did there.
Well, it's not so much so that they supported it. It's what the lack of action by certain political
at the time,
figures
because it benefited them.
Exactly. For example, Burkina Faso, Campore
right.
was, a contributor to Charles Taylor's training rebels and siphoning weapons from the West.
Isn't he the guy that made the movie Lord of Wars about?
Charles Taylor?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And so the question is, who do you trust?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And believe me, there's a lot more that meets the eye. It isn't one bad guy with a lot of guns. Somebody was making money off of what he was doing.
But here's the interesting thing, and a lot of people are charging this to conspiracy theory. They're saying that, oh well, Charles Taylor was in prison here in the United States, and how did he escape maximum security prison from Massachusetts till he got to Liberia, engaged in the war against
I want to.
So he was an American prisoner at a
Yeah.
time?
Hmm?
From when to when?
In the 80s.
For what, murder?
No, some felony charge, some crooked behavior, fraud.
And was his family from Liberia?
Yeah.
So he just went back there.
He went back there. The speculation is that the United States government, ushered him back there when they had the elections. Those
Mhm.
elections were supervised by Jimmy Carter and a few of other people from the Pentagon. And I'm thinking to myself, if there's any credibility to this story, that this man escaped maximum security prison.
Escaped or was released?
Well, there's one hand,
Right.
you say escape, another man says release.
Right.
You say tomato, I say tomato, and all of that bit. But the involvement of the international community is, in my own assessment, hypocritical.
That's what I think.
You know?
And I think that they're doing the same thing in the United States. They're trying to take away American sovereignty and put us all under some kind of world organization or
Well,
government.
it's not trying to take away. It's been taken away. The Constitution is under suspension. Homeland Security Decree is what we all operate under.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we have a brainless, alcoholic, cocaine-sniffing idiot running around the world saying there's war on terrorism, and failing to realize you're the terrorist.